Hi everyone, back with another one of these. This time looking at some online vinyl stores in Europe. I used to import from the UK and the United States, but with the high custom fees and shipping costs, it's no longer viable. Plus, Europe is one of the superpowers that doesn't tariff its neighboring countries, at least not those within the European Union. So I'm looking very much at those neighboring countries to expand my vinyl collection. I do want to preface, I haven't been paid by any of these. In fact, it's been the other way around. I've been funding them for the last 2 years and expanding my vinyl collection. The first one I want to start with is a German-based HHV, has a good website on its own, good selection of new titles and secondhand vinyl. They do also have exclusive releases on their website. In fact, one of those is Ghostface Killah Supreme Clientele Part 2. You can see from the hype sticker that it has their label on it. I'm gonna give their titles and vinyl selection a 5-star rating. In terms of overall vinyl price, they are a bit more expensive and they don't offer free shipping outside of Germany, which is a downside for me. And I find their shipping costs to be a bit high, ranging from €8 to €12, depending on how many titles you order. That would give them a 1-star rating in terms of price. Their packaging is pretty good, but the downside there is that if you order a pre-order item, they will only ship out your order once everything is in stock. So if your pre-order item is getting postponed over and over again, you might have to wait 2 or 3 months. Having already paid your order, I don't really like that, so I'm giving them a 3-star rating on the shipping part. In terms of discount, what I like about their website system is you get points that allows you to get goodies, these coasters that they put out, slip mats, cool posters. In terms of the discounts on their, in my opinion, already high prices, they have like a year-round sale going on, which I never find very convincing. I rather have one good sale every 3 or 4 months. For discount, I'm giving them a 3-star rating. I do want to mention that they're also on Discogs, so if you like using the Discogs filters or if you have a want list on Discogs, go to their seller page. If you do order from them, do it through their own website, you get the extra points, but you also avoid getting even higher prices on their Discogs site because Discogs charges fees to sellers. So for a final score, HHV gets a 3-star rating. The next up is Amazon, of course. They have a lot of countries where I compare in terms of prices and availability. The French, German, Spanish, Dutch, Belgian Amazons are the ones that I frequent the most. And in terms of selection, I would give them a 4-star because they have a good range of newer titles. They even offer secondhand, although the prices of those can go up to scalper prices, so be aware. The prices overall are pretty good compared to records in terms of prices: the NAS DJ Premier Light Years release and Stranger Things 5. Between all these vendors, and I was expecting Amazon to be the bottom one in terms of price, but they are not. So that was a little bit of a surprise. Still, I think they are competitively priced, and their free shipping and option to have items sent separately within your order is a plus point. So I would say in terms of price and shipping, they get 3 stars. In terms of discount, 2-star. They do discounts from time to time, but it's not always eligible. Sometimes you need to have the Prime. Their packaging quality is pretty bad. Look at how flimsy and thin this package is. Compare it to one of the other online stores, the iMusic one. This is a lot better for shipping your vinyl in, and even the HHV one has better packaging there as well. In terms of packaging, Amazon isn't the best, but for a final result, out of all the price, shipping, discount, and title range, I'm gonna give them a 3-star, same as HHV basically. The next store is JPC. In terms of titles, they get a 3-star rating. They have mainly only newer stuff. They do have some older new mint releases, but I do like it when you also have the option for secondhand, which they don't, so they get a 3-star. In terms of price, they get a 4 because I do find them lower priced versus HHV, Amazon. They also offer free shipping, not throughout the entire year. So I usually save my titles for when I get that email that they will do free shipping and then order with them. Their discount system, I really like what JPC is doing in terms of extra goodies. If you get up to a certain amount, they will give you free vinyl sleeves. So that's a cool extra and maybe something for HHV or other sellers to take note of. So that puts JPC on an overall score of 4 stars, currently the front runner. Then the next online store is located in Denmark. I only recently discovered them, iMusic. In terms of titles, they are a little bit comparable to JPC, so they only have like the newer stuff and some mint items. They don't have second-hand titles. Their pricing is good, so I'm gonna give them a 5-star rating there. For their shipping, it's basically the same as HHV. They do not send separate items, so you have to wait until everything is in stock. They do offer free shipping above 100 euros. In terms of discount, so far I haven't seen any of their perks or extra sales, so I'm giving them a 1 there. That brings them to a final score of 3 stars, basically the same as HHV and Amazon. Next up is Fnac, French-based online vinyl store. They also still have brick and mortar stores in a lot of the cities in France, Belgium, etc. And of course, a lot of books that they also sell. I think they're more known for that. But their vinyl selection is pretty okay. Definitely if you go in store, they have a decent range of new vinyl. Their website is terribly outdated. I don't like browsing it. While listing a lot of titles, not everything is in stock. I feel like they are a little bit out of these online stores, the dinosaur. Their prices are also a little bit on the high side. The last couple of orders, some of them got into lingo where I didn't get any updates. I had to ask them and then they told me, yeah, we basically don't have it in stock anymore. We'll give you a refund. Their discounts, again, probably only subscription based. As you can tell, I'm not a big fan of Fnac. So titles and price are getting a 2-star rating. Shipping and discount are getting a 1-star rating. I do want to mention a positive thing about Fnac. They put out for the Terrifier movies exclusive soundtracks on vinyl, and these were hard to get from the United States. To have them then made available in Europe through Fnac, that was great. However, they only did it for the first 2 movies, so I hope they will do it for the third, s'il vous plaît. But we'll see what happens there. Overall, their rating is a 1.5 star, putting them the lowest within the online store ranking. And for the final online store, basically marketplace, they're also the ones that I use to inventorize my vinyl collection. That's Discogs, which is basically like the eBay of vinyl records, or the IMDb, I should say, because they list all releases. You can easily find and add everything to your collection. I've sold, but I've also bought a lot of releases there. So in terms of titles, they have the best database. So they're getting a 5-star for the vinyl range. For the pricing, I'm gonna have to give them a 2-star because although you have various sellers you can look at for each of the items, they sometimes start very high up. So beware of out of print items that start at maybe 80, 90 euros. One of them, the Feedback Jurassic 5 instrumental album behind me, I saw it for a long time on Discogs for 90 euros. A couple of months ago, a seller put it on Discogs for 40 euros. I was amazed. I immediately bought it and I got it. So it's worth waiting maybe a couple of years even before one of your want list titles becomes available on Discogs at an affordable price. And in that regard, it's also very cool that you have that option for a want list on your profile on Discogs, because for each of the sellers you visit, it will give you an overview of the titles that they have out of your want list, so you can easily combine to get free shipping or to save on shipping costs. In terms of shipping, I'm giving them a 4-star rating. The majority I get are very well packaged. People also do like a lot of tape around their packages. A 4-star is pretty solid. In terms of discount, I'm giving them a 2-star because although you have options for free shipping, I never see any discounted prices on Discogs, or very rarely. Exceptionally, I will get a package from a seller where they will put in 1 or 2 extra free records, which is always great, but I never expected, to be honest. So overall, that brings them to a final score of 3.5 stars. So for a final ranking, Fnac at the bottom with 1.5 stars, which isn't really a surprise. As mentioned, they are a little bit a dinosaur out of these stores. I wasn't always pleased with items not being in stock. Amazon is the next. Basically, the next three spots are the same star rating with 3 stars: Amazon, iMusic, and HHV. All of them have their benefits and downsides. Amazon will ship your items separately. HHV won't. They will wait until everything is in stock. HHV has perks and goodies. Amazon doesn't. iMusic doesn't. But I would say that in terms of selection, HHV has for me a great range and also secondhand titles that are interesting. Discogs is the next one, or the second spot, at 3.5 stars. As mentioned, is probably the one I purchased from the most in the last couple of years. Very satisfied with it, and I also use it to occasionally sell vinyl. And then we get to the first spot, which is the German-based webshop JPC, which has a solid range of titles, good prices compared to the others, and I really like the perk of the extra sleeves. So online stores, if you're selling vinyls, please take note, add this to your perks, because I really like that JPC is doing this. All right, had fun discussing these. I am curious to hear if there are other online stores that you might recommend I check out or have a look at. Please do so in the comments below. See you in the next video, I'd say. Take care.